All right. What is going on, everybody? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the one and only Paid to Drive and Paid to Drive Vlogs, day number 1273, coming at you. That's right, everybody. If this is your first time here, first and foremost, welcome. Leave a comment right now in the chat or the comments so I can say welcome to you properly. Leave a comment saying hashtag first timer, but if you've been here before, leave a comment saying hashtag before. And if you drive for apps like GrubHub, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, or any of the others, you should definitely be subscribed to this channel with all notifications turned on. I'll give you a second to hit that red subscribe button. And of course, let's get 200 likes on this video and let's jump into this. So, this email comes from Michael McCann, okay? And he drives for both DoorDash and GrubHub. So, let's jump into this. So, he says, "Hi Pete, big fan of your channel. I've been driving for GrubHub and DoorDash in southern New Jersey since the pandemic started and have over 1,000 deliveries between both platforms. On May 5th, I had the strangest experience while delivering for GrubHub. I received an order for a local brew pub restaurant that offered a $28 payout from GrubHub. All right, $28. Naturally, I couldn't hit the accept button fast enough, you and me both, and headed towards the restaurant. The restaurant was 5 miles from my location, so I headed right there. Once I arrived, I told the hostess that I was here to pick up a GrubHub order, and she replied, 'Oh, we aren't doing GrubHub today.'" Really? I did a double take and said, "Excuse me." She explained that it was Cinco de Mayo. They turned off their GrubHub tablet because it was just too busy. I looked around the restaurant and noticed it was about a quarter full of patrons, and there was no wait for tables. I called GrubHub and explained the situation, and the representative was speechless, because this is clearly a violation of the restaurant's contract. I asked him if I could do a place and pay for the order, and he said that would be great. So I go to tell the hostess that I'm going to place the order now and wait for it. Maybe do a quick DoorDash delivery while they prepare the order. She then tells me that I can't do that because all of their GrubHub orders must come through their official GrubHub tablet. I then said, so if I was just a regular customer, I could place a takeout order, and since I have a GrubHub bag with me, I can't? She then told me that they weren't doing takeout at all that day since it was Cinco de Mayo and it's just too busy. I then asked to speak to the manager and got the old "I am the manager" response. I called GrubHub back and told them that the restaurant was refusing to make the order, so they canceled the order and contacted the customer. Clearly, no one in this restaurant felt like working that day, so I just gave up. Walking back to my car, empty bag in hand, head down and defeated with sad Charlie Brown music playing in my head. The rest of my shift went a lot better, but I was really looking forward to that payout. Anyhow, love the show. Keep up the great work. Feel free to use my name if you want. Take care, Michael McCann. Michael, thank you for writing this. Appreciate it. In the future, anybody watching this, if you ever want to send in something to put in a video or just have a question, email it to PaidToDriveStories@gmail.com. So, what do we think? What can we take from this situation? Well, first off, Michael, I feel awful that this happened to you. When I first read this email, I was like, oh, I've been there before. With a great payout, and the order's not made, there's an issue or whatever. When I've delivered in snowstorms and you get to a restaurant, it's like, a nice $10 to $20 payout and the restaurant's closed or they're closing as you arrive, Again, this is all on the restaurant. This is totally on them. You can't blame GrubHub. You can't blame DoorDash or Uber Eats or any of these other companies because, for once, they are not in the wrong. The restaurant is. So, in my opinion, I think Michael handled this excellently, if that's a word. Reason being, because he took all of the necessary steps. Instead of just flipping out on the manager, he tried to be proactive. Like, okay, so they're refusing to make the order. Let me check with GrubHub. Always cover yourself. And that's a lot of the reason why I read this email is because you need to cover yourself. Don't just get there and then reject the order and move on or reassign the order and move on. you have to report it, because if you reject it, or not reject it, but if you reassign it after you've accepted it, it's not going to cancel out the order. Grubhub's not going to know what's going on. What's going to happen is that order is going to get bounced around to somebody else, and some other poor driver is going to drive over there, and it's just going to happen. It's just going to keep going over and over until eventually Grubhub decides to time it out or cancel it out because it's been too long. So the moral of the story here is, sometimes when you get a payout, it's sometimes too good to be true, but it's not your fault. It's not Grubhub or DoorDash's fault. It's the restaurant's fault. So, Michael, I'm very sorry you had to deal with that. I'm sure another great order will come your way that you actually can pick up and deliver. Because a nice $28 order, man, if you can manage to get a $28 order and within the hour, usually an average is about 2 to 3 orders per hour for most drivers. At least that's how it is for me. Imagine that, $28 plus maybe another $7 payout. I mean, you're looking at like $35 an hour, man. That's pretty great. Something like that, right? So, with that being said, everybody, like I said, email me your stories to PaidToDriveStories@gmail.com. And I do want to take this time to thank every single one of our patrons at patreon.com/PaidToDrive. The link is in the description down below or in the pinned top comment. If you want to be on this list of names that I'm shouting out, okay? If you hear your name called, say, "Hey, Pete, I heard my name." And we got Brian Pomeroy, Brian Richardson, Heidi Barnes, Kurt Paul, Serena Siddiqui, Tulsa Todd, William Boudreau, Alan G. Van Horn, Drew Hanor, Fernando Carranza, Frank Haviland, Fresh One, Jason Casta, Justin Case, Katie Coppin, Lulu Laura, Natalie Mosley, Sarah Keston, Scott Freisner, Sherry Cassidy, Stephen Neely, T. Breeze, Jenny Thomas, Matt Epperson, Nick G., Terrence Pacheco, and Valerie Brown. Huge shout out to all of you. And of course, everybody, please make sure to download the Get Upside Gas app. You are doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not using it. Links in the description. All you do is download the app for free on your smartphone. You pump your gas, print out your receipt, take a picture of your receipt with the Get Upside Gas app, and within 48 hours or so, you'll get anywhere from 15 cents to 45 cents a gallon back, which is pretty fantastic. And if a friend or family member signs up using your code, you'll get paid every time they pump gas. It's called Get Upside. Link is in the description. Make sure to download it. And of course, check out PaidToDriveStore.com, where we have t-shirts, hoodies, and goodies for you on sale right now at PaidToDriveStore.com. And of course, if you made it to the end of this video, leave a comment saying end 1009 or end 009. Just put that in the chat. 009. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the red subscribe button and tap the little bell if you haven't yet. Let's get 200 likes on this video. And until next time, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling. And we'll see you all right here on Paid to Drive and Paid to Drive Vlogs, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. And drive safe. We'll see you out there. Peace out. Oh, yeah, real quick, if you made it to the end also, tell me how long you've been driving in the gig economy. For me, it's going to be almost 4 years.